I'm Craig Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different, and every breakup is different. Work with me, and you'll get professional help on your situation. Just click on the link in the description below, or go to my website, askcraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about 9 signs that your ex's rebound relationship will fail. Well, have you gone through a breakup recently and your ex started dating somebody new? This happens all the time, and it is extremely terrifying to get in this situation. I remember when this happened to me many years ago. It was one of the worst parts of a breakup, where it's bad enough that you feel like you've lost this person for good, but then to cement it, it's like now they're dating somebody new. And I remember when this happened to me a long time ago, my ex had started dating this new guy, and I was just convinced that she was going to marry this guy. And I just kept thinking about how many great qualities she had, and how much I loved her, and how funny she was, and how she was just so amazing. And I was like, well, if I see all these things, he's going to see it too. And, you know, I knew it was going to be a difficult situation because she wasn't the kind of girl that would date a lot of people. And so when I was going through that, I was just terrified, just absolutely terrified that this was going to last forever. I had no chance of re-attracting her. Now, unfortunately, this was many years ago, before I understood all the stuff that I do now. So I didn't do it and handle it properly. That's when I wound up crying at Applebees and embarrassing myself there. Not that I don't embarrass myself everywhere I go, but in Applebees, crying like a small child that cannot be consoled is pretty embarrassing, even by my standards. So I remember how horrible it was, and just thinking, well, this guy is going to see how great she is, and that's it, I'm done, I'm never going to have another opportunity. Well, in that situation, what wound up happening is that his ex, or maybe it wasn't his ex, but the girl that he had been pining over for years, wound up coming back in the picture. And so he actually wound up dumping my ex. And that's when she used that to do the indirect direct approach. And I didn't understand this back then. So I would have handled things completely differently. And that's why I want to make sure that you guys don't make the same mistakes that I did. Because there are a lot of ways to mess up in a breakup. There's just so many, countless ways. It's scary, and it's so confusing, and you're going to get such bad advice from friends and family, and then your anxiety is going to be out of control, and just, it's rough, I know, believe me. That is why I'm here. That is why I love doing the coaching with you guys, because I love success stories. So in this video, I have 9 signs that your ex's rebound relationship won't last. But I do have a little bit of a success story from somebody that I did a Skype with last week from all the way on the other side of the world. And she was a very sweet girl. She sent me a follow-up email. I just wanted to share it with you guys because I was really happy to hear this. She said, "Hi Craig, I wanted to say thank you so much for the Skype coaching session on Thursday. It was very helpful. After talking to you, I understood what I should do if I want to get my ex back, how to soothe my anxiety, and generally I felt so much better. I finally could eat and sleep." As he said, my ex reached out in a couple of days after the coaching asking how I was. In her situation, I had a feeling it was coming, and I just got my confirmation. So that's awesome. Asking how I was friendly but not eager. The next day, he said he felt so bad and loved me a lot. Also, that things might work out in the future, but the fights were too much to handle for him. I understand. I can't make him feel trapped and tell him how much I love him. I don't want to push him away. At the same time, I worry he could think I'm not interested. I really wasn't ready for him to say this. So she was even shocked by the results. I will continue to work on myself and watch your videos. It helps me a lot going through a difficult time of my life. I do hope I can do all I can to reattract him and become a better version of myself as I learn a lot of information from your videos. Thanks to the all work you do. Well, her first language is not English, often as I sound the same way. But I'm so glad that she's already starting to feel better. That's really important. And I'm happy for her. So, I just wanted to share that because when I get success stories, I love to share them with you guys. Now, for those of you that are being impatient, thank you for being a little patient with me. But I do have 9 really good signs that your ex's rebound relationship will fail, okay? Alright, number 1. They just came out of a relationship and they have a high level of interest. So, what I mean by this, let's say that you guys were together for 5 years and now it's only been a couple months and they're serious in this new relationship. I could think of a guy that I worked with that, he was with this girl for like 8 years and then 2 months later she was engaged to some other guy. Come on. There's a real good sign that that's not going to last if 2 months after you break up, they're getting married. Number 2. This is a big one. Do they have an anxious attachment style? Does your ex have an anxious attachment style? Okay. Well, this is important. Why? Because as I tell you guys all the time, when people are anxious, they tend to become very selfish and they use people as a crutch. They use people as an object to soothe their anxiety. So, if they have a lot of anxiety, there's a chance that that's a good sign that they are using this new person just to make them feel better, to soothe that anxiety. Number 3, are they trying to make you jealous? Do you get the feeling in your gut that it's more than they're just out there moving on with their life? Are they trying to make you jealous? There's a lot of little signs that could be showing one way or the other, but what does your gut tell you? Is it jealousy? Because if they're trying to make you jealous, there's a good sign that it's not going to work out with that new person. Think about it. If they were happy with that new person, they'd be happy. They wouldn't even care about you. They'd be like, well, I'm happy with someone, so I hope they are happy too. Alright. Number 4. Are they really angry at you? Like, do they still get into texting arguments with you? If they do, there's a good sign that they're still emotionally charged around you. And that kind of goes with the 5th one here. Are they emotional around you? Maybe they're sad around you. Or do they look really excited to see you if, you're in a situation where you see them or you're around them still? You want to look for emotions. That's a good sign. If they're still having emotions to you, then they still care, even if they're trying to hide it. Number 6. Were they the one who was dumped in this situation? I work with a lot of people that did the breaking up. Did you break up with them? Because if you broke up with them, there's a good chance that they got into this rebound relationship because they were really hurting and they were really anxious and they were really sad. So they were trying to do it for that reason. Number 7. Are they reaching out to you at all? If they're still reaching out to you, then they probably are still interested in you. They're having a hard time moving on. They're really not too happy in this new relationship and they're reaching out to kind of see what's going on. You still interested in me? Can I still get you back? Can we still work this out? Okay. Number 8. Are they using this new person as a distraction? Well, you know your ex, and you know their life. Is their life in a lull? Maybe they're on a break from school. Maybe they're not working right now, and they're bored. They don't have a lot going on. maybe they're using this new person as a distraction. If that's the case, then it's not really because they care about this new person that they're with. It's because they're bored and they need something to do. Okay, number 9. This is the final one. Do they show up at places where they know you will be? They know your routine. They know your life, of course. Now, they are going to know where you're at. Maybe it's a certain restaurant or bar or library or apartment complex where your friends are. You know your life and they know your life. If you're finding that it's more than just one time that they're showing up in places where you are, there's a good chance they're trying to bump into you. So, if you like the video, throw a like on there. Hey, and be sure you go to my website, askcraig.net. Scroll down on the home page to subscribe to my newsletter. I do have exclusive content coming that you only get that if you're signed up for the newsletter, the email letter they send out. Front page, scroll all the way to the bottom. Just sign up there. If you want to get my help personally, just go to my website, askcraig.net. Sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. I do email coaching. I do Skype coaching with people around the world every day. And I love to help you guys. That's what I'm here for. That's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and I will talk with you soon.